My favorite place in Bangalore, IIMB. Isn't this a beautiful campus? As a woman brand, you have to look at this as another child. We worked really hard for this. Hats off to the Karnataka government. People you meet here is incredible. We've met around 250 people here from all over Karnataka. It's been so interesting because I thought everyone would only speak in Kannada, but people speak so many languages. Once people understand that the brand needs to be an extension of who they are, then you naturally grow. All the challenges that we face together. I mean, it's people who like pain.
Welcome to Prajavahini. I'm Archana Swamy. Today we are at IIM Bangalore for the Karnataka State's initiative Swavalambanai. And we are here with Jayanti Bhattacharya, the co-founder of India Hemp & Co. and to share her secret recipe, or I would say the journey of her startup and today reaching a number of people around not just the state but over the country. Let's off to Jayanti Bhattacharya.
Thank you, Archana. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be doing this interview with you in my favorite place in Bangalore, IIMB. Isn't this a beautiful campus?
Amazing. Oh,
yeah. It feels like you're in some forest somewhere. It feels, it's just the energy, the people you meet here is incredible. Also, hats off to the Karnataka government. I feel the initiative that they're doing today is really good, and partnering with places like IIM, just make sure that it's done well, because I have been incubated with IIM for 3 years myself. And we started off when we had just launched the brand. So this was just before COVID. So IIM has been integral in helping us grow with the mentorship that they provide, with the help and the access that they give us to people that you need to connect with as well, And I think with IIM, what happens is a lot of the times we have these little spaces in knowledge in terms of, say, I wasn't good with things with legal issues, but IIM will get you that help, So if you tell people at NSRCL, which is the startup, the incubation center here, that I need help with this, it comes to you. So I feel that everyone I've met here, I think we've met around 250 people here from all over Karnataka. It has been so interesting because I thought everyone would only speak in Kannada, but people speak so many languages. People speak in Hindi here, which was also nice to hear. And I really feel that they would benefit if guided properly, like with the right kind of mentors, because IIM does have an excellent team, especially for this initiative.
It's wonderful to know about your journey, but not everyone is actually privileged to get the support of NSRCL. And today, here you're speaking about it with all the help you have been getting through and sitting in front of rural women who hardly have this opportunity to reach out. You're sitting in front of them, inspiring them by sharing your journey. So if you have to give the nuggets of your journey, of what kind of support they would they would require in their growth, they would require in setting up their business to the next level. So what are the pointers you would give them?
Sure. So when you say privilege, sometimes I'll have to actually say that it's not really, because we worked really hard for this. So if one of the pointers would be, when we started the course, we had 11,500 women who signed up from all India, because it was an online course. They suddenly had to shift the entire thing. It's not like this today. And a very few, like the percentage who actually completed it, very few finished. I have 2 children as well. I know it's difficult to commit to time, to commit to sitting through the sessions, to finishing homework, but I feel it is, if one of the pieces of advice that I could give people today is basically commit to it, because I think IIM has all the facilities, it has all the knowledge and resources to help you grow, but it's finally up to you and the kind of work that you put in. So I feel that it's a fabulous team. I've worked with multiple teams here, but you need to take as much as you can from it instead of depending heavily on them.
As much as you might have the right guidance, what kind of commitment do you need from yourself to put a brand, not just from at the startup phase, but on the mark, where you see that it's just not making money, but inspiring so many other women in this journey?
So, Archana, we are a hemp brand, and when we started off, we weren't allowed to advertise on any sort of media. Only now, right? Like 3.5, 4 years into the business, I'm allowed to advertise. So we've had to be very creative about our journey. We've had to be very creative about our advertising. So I feel as a woman brand, yes, to you have to look at this as another child, to be honest. It needs that kind of time, it needs that kind of dedication, that kind of growth that you would give something else. It can't be you work 2 hours today and then you don't do anything for 5 days. You have to be consistent with it. And again, like today, Champa and I have come in as speakers talking about our journey, talking about what works with brands. So it's about how much you can absorb from experiences like this, because a lot of us are just a few years ahead. I'm sure a lot of the brands I met today are making way more money than we are, but I think what we are strong at is brand, and it becomes your brand and your personality is almost the same. You can't have a different brand, a completely different personality, because then there's too much of, it's too different. So I think once people understand that the brand needs to be an extension of who they are, then you naturally grow.
Wonderful. So, how do you analyze your journey over years?
The first couple of years was very, very difficult, to be honest, because we started a brand just before COVID, and we had to grow this brand through COVID. So, we had this entire strategy of being in stores. Everything had to change. Then we went to be a pure D2C brand, but then we weren't allowed to advertise. So I think we've had to jump over hurdles. And one of the defining moments for us was Shark Tank. And to be honest, it came through IIM, because IIM, as soon as I saw that full page Economic Times ad in the paper, they messaged saying, I think you should apply. And I was like, no, we're a hemp brand. Who is going to advertise us? Because nobody lets us do anything online anyway. But that was a life-changing thing for us, because I think with Shark Tank, the reach that national TV has is phenomenal, which is why I was telling a lot of the people here today that they need to be able to take opportunities like that come from IIM, that says, this is all you need to fill in, come on, So I think as an entrepreneur, I've said yes to a lot of things in the last 3 years, and a lot of those things have changed my life, because you never know where opportunities open up and how the growth happens.
Every day is, I'm sure, definitely a new challenge, a new opportunity too. In your journey, what do you think is the biggest challenge or the hurdle that you have crossed?
I think a hurdle that we have crossed would be, sometimes just as I feel like as women, we have to work sometimes twice as hard to be able to just get credibility, right? So even now, I feel sometimes with a lot of my wholesale suppliers, I have to do the payment in advance, like 50%, not even 50%, 100% in advance. I feel that only to say that, no, I'm not going to shut shop tomorrow. And, so though we are the leading brand in India, we've been around for so long, it's still something that I struggle with in terms of constantly having to prove myself. But I think I just look at it as that's how it is. So it doesn't matter as long as I do all the things that I'm good at.
Wonderful. So in the part of growing, do you see your peers as competition, or you grow by supporting each other?
You grow by supporting each other. There is, especially in the industry we're in, we are in a brand category. We are creating a category, so everyone has come together because it's so new. So I feel like instead of, with a lot of people who are listening to this today as well, if you're doing something different and you have all the big brands, the ones that have been these, legacy brands that have been there forever, and you are trying to be somebody different, sometimes it's good to actually work with people who are also doing something similar, only because your voice is stronger together. And when you're separate, saying the same things, it's just a lot more diluted.
And like you already are competing with a lot of other things in the world, so you don't want to compete with your peers. I think you kind of grow hand in hand.
Absolutely.
And what has been your biggest learning in this journey?
I think I've actually been I think my team has been phenomenal, because we've been really lucky to have such a good team from the word go, because I think I keep reading about how it's very difficult to hire people, how it's difficult to retain people. But, to have people join a startup, join a hemp company, I mean, it's people who like pain, So it's all the challenges that we've faced together, and everyone gets along with everyone. So it's really beautiful to see that we're this little family together, and I think we only want the best for each other. So I'm very blessed to have a really good team.
According to the posters, whatever I have seen, I see it's a mostly women-led organization. So
Yes.
does it make any difference for you?
So we actively do employ more women, but we do have men handling some parts of our business as well. I think for us, I think it was something we did to be able, just so that people didn't go through the same thing that we did. Like, you need to be more credible, you need to be more, work twice as hard. So we said we're going to give all these women a chance, and then take it from there.
So, as a startup, I'm sure, like with IMB's support, it could be an easier journey comparatively to what you had to go through. So, today, starting a startup is the biggest channel, but being in Bangalore, I'm sure it's the biggest boon, I would say, with the amount of support we can get. And when you're standing in front of many women who are yet to be women entrepreneurs or from rural backgrounds, what is the message you want to give them with your experience?
I would say don't let anything stop you, because I think as women, we are generally just tougher, you know. So it's almost like be more resilient, push yourself out there, go out there, attend events, network, right? That's something I didn't actively do initially because I just said, oh, I'm not the networking kind. But sometimes networking is just about meeting other people or helping each other out. And now there are multiple communities, like I'm part of a community called the D2C Insider Community, where we have all these entrepreneurs who are D2C brands. And what they do is, it's incredible because now we have investors who are now like mentors, you know, so it's a community that grows. So always be part of a community because you're stronger together. And definitely help each other out, because that's one thing. There's no point keeping information close, thinking if I give somebody this, they're going to grow faster than me. It doesn't work like that. India is too large a market. There is, I mean, if you just look at the numbers that we have, so definitely help each other out, and I think grow together. And opportunities like I am can change your life, you know.
You
So
have clearly told me that you have been incubated here. Your startup has so much support from IMBs for 3 years. Yes. In what way was their help instilling the confidence you had in you and took you to the next step?
So even the fact that I'm actually sitting here and talking to you was also because of somebody in IIM who asked me to make a presentation during COVID to my peers. And I was the last, you know, we were right on top. So it was 180 people. And I said, listen, I don't know, how can I explain something? And she said, no, you're good at this. Why don't you do it? Because the way you communicate is efficient and it's effective. So, you know, it was so weird for me, Archana, because I was like, I have to be teaching my peers something. So I really thought about it, but then I did it. And I think after that, I understood that communication, that speaking in front of large audiences was also a strength, because I was very comfortable in it. And that's when I think IIM also brought me back as a speaker on multiple occasions to address different kinds of audiences. And now I love it. Now I really, really love it. So I think that is one thing that they identified and they pushed me to do. And then mentorship. Mentorship was another really, really good thing that happened for us, because when you start up as a brand, especially in a place like Bangalore, I think Delhi is a lot more evolved, to be honest, because when you go there, you realize that it's not just tech. Bangalore is very, very tech. So, you know, the support that you get from other like communities, plus a mentor who will push you in the right direction. And IIM has really, really good mentors.
In what way that mentorship has, and the technology, of course, has helped your path a lot more easier? I wouldn't say easier. I know you had your own set of challenges, but that made the path to move a little more quicker and faster.
So what happens is sometimes as a founder, you'll end up wearing blinkers, you know, because you're like, I have to finish this today, this today, this today. And you lose sight of the end goal. So when you have a mentor, they keep bringing that into focus, saying, that is your end goal, you know, go towards that. These are small things that, because these mentors are people, either retired professors or people who have been there, done that for years, or IIM alumni. So it's very important to have a mentor. Also, I have a co-founder who's my sister. So there's a lot of fires that they put out, because sometimes you need that third person to just give you perspective instead of stalling and having egos get in the way. So I think mentorship is very, very important for that reason as well.
Wonderful. And how has the impact increased when you are part of events like this? Swavalambanai is a very different program to what you have been doing every day. It's reaching out to rural women, rural entrepreneurs who are women and who are still growing in their sector. So being an example for them, putting your experience in front of them, in what way do you think has added to them?
To be honest, I feel so good when I come here, because you see women here with their husbands, with their children. I get inspired, you know, because it's almost like for them to come and give 2 days in a city, it's not easy. It's not easy. And they're all here dressed in their best, you know, all very eager to interact, very eager to meet. So I think more than me inspiring them, I get a lot more inspired, to be honest. And of course, I've given everybody my card, whoever wanted it today, because I believe that sometimes just being able to give people that one contact, that one number, that solves a lot of problems. So I think with whatever experience that we've had, and as Champa and I presented today, whatever we could have helped people, we have. And again, they do have our contacts. So happy to do our sort of mentorship in any way that we can.
Wonderful, amazing. And what is the impact you kind of want to leave your audience or your people with? And what are your immediate goals or results that you're expecting with the kind of plans you have in future?
So I would say there is absolutely no like magic thing to success. It's just hard work and it's consistency, to be honest, because you can be really smart and not put in the effort, or you can be average and put in the effort and you'll see the difference. So especially when people are given an opportunity by the Karnataka government and by a huge institution like I am, I feel make the best of it and work hard. It's like a small step. It's not like running a marathon, because it's these small things that you need to do to be able to get to that final thing. But it's everyday work. It's everyday work. So be ready to put that in.
See the success, it's as overnight success, but so many years of consistent effort is definitely put behind that. How do you see your journey when you look back? Are you proud of the person who started, or what do you reassure yourself by looking at that person who was confident enough to bring in and pull through this journey?
So I think I won't say this just about myself, but I think I can speak for our entire team. From where we've started, there has been a lot of growth individually as people in the team, as well as a team. Because I think at India Hemp & Co, we also try and value add as much as we can to the people who work with us, because even if there's an IM course that I find somebody would actually get value for, I'll ask them to sit in on, because now everything is digital as well. So that has been something that we're constantly doing to sort of enable everybody to grow. I have definitely grown. I have gone through very, very stressful periods as well. I have I don't know, then you take a step back, then you actually reanalyze what works, what doesn't work. And, it has been quite a journey, and it'll be 4 years this December. So it's been quite something, but we're happy to see the success that we've achieved.
Right. And you're taking away a lot of memories from here by listening so many women stories, so many success stories which are at a very ground level, but which inspires them to achieve more in life. So where do you see your brand? Now, you're pretty famous with your brand. What are your future goals, and where are you planning to take it forward?
So for us, our brand, one of the main strengths is innovation. So we've been the only hemp brand that innovated with snacks, with chocolate, with mixtures. So we are looking to take that innovation abroad as well, because all the packaging that we had designed is also to be able to withstand long distance of traveling as well. So that's where we are at the moment, and we're looking to, again, my co-founder is from Spain, so to set up a larger office in Spain as well to have overseas trade.
I'm with Champavati, a BCA student who has just passed out but has been with the entrepreneurial journey along with India Hemp & Co. And let's know the details about how her student journey has turned out to be a part of a startup and what she has learned over the years. Champa, please share your journey.
So, I was doing my BCA when I joined my degree. Meanwhile, I was with India Hemp & Co. First I started with my internship, just to learn how the ops team work, and just to get some experience, I went into India Hemp & Co. Then I became a part-time employee with them. I was handling ops, some of sales and some of accounts. Since it was a startup brand, I was helping Jayanti ma'am with everything, and I learned everything, doing ops team, bit of accounts and some sales also. And Jayanti ma'am also groomed me. I have been with India Hemp & Co. from the beginning, from the step one. I have been here. Now I'm completing my 3 years working with India Hemp & Co. also. I was able to tell the young entrepreneurs, rural entrepreneurs, how to build a brand without any script or something, only with my experience in India Hemp & Co.
Being a student, usually your focus would ideally be to go to college and probably have some fun time with your friends.
Yeah.
And in this 3 years journey, you have had more experience than somebody who has already started a startup.
Yeah.
So with your experience, what is that you stand today? You're able to effortlessly just speak out?
Yeah, now like with my all of my experience, I will be able to help any entrepreneurs to develop their brand with marketing, or might be in future I might become an entrepreneur with some brand, hopefully.
Well, there are so many options open for you, and
Yes.
all the best for your future.
Yeah, thank you.